We are still at it, Darksiders, the 100% challenge. I am attempting to 100% both 1 and 2 before 3 is released, and I am very, very close to the end of the first game. We left it, and we had just delivered the final heart, and we were transported to the Tower of Souls. We've been told that Straga is in the basement of this place and he feeds off of it. There's an awful lot of story here as well, people, so you've got to brace yourself. This is where we find out what happened. It starts now. Cutscene.
Azrael,
heaven help me. The seventh seal was not broken.
What have you to fear from me, Angel of Death?
If you do not intend to kill me, then perhaps you will help me.
You've given me no reason to do either.
Listen to me. The gate must be shut. The tower must be cut off from the well. It is from the well that the Destroyer draws his power.
The Well of Souls?
Millions of souls, yes. Enslaved, twisted. A corrupt power to fuel the Destroyer's armies.
You are steward of the underworld, watcher of the well. Not a single soul flows back into this world without you knowing. Unless, gatekeeper, you opened the way.
The Destroyer sent the mightiest of his chosen against me. I fared no better than you did, horseman, against Straga.
Straga, you will take me to him.
You have my word.
Then tell me what I must do, Angel of Death.
Please, you must find some way to draw power to this chamber.
Right, now he is surrounded by these 3 heads, and basically we have to redirect electricity or soul power or whatever it is into each one of those heads. So there are 3 challenges essentially. Now most of this tower is built up with monster rooms. I've left this one in, but I've sped it up because these monster rooms in the tower are so much bigger and they take a lot longer to deal with. That you'll see, you know, I got rid of a bunch of angels, now I've got a bunch of demons and these dogs that take forever to kill. I mean, to be honest, this is very much what I would consider to be like the final challenge in this game, is this tower. Because the monster rooms can be quite difficult. They can be quite tough. You have to make sure that you're fully prepared for them. I do die a bunch of times in this tower, just because I use my wrath form. I use my big bad form in the middle of a room when I think it's the end and it's not. And then more enemies come and they're stronger and I die. And obviously this was the first main one, because here I get the next weapon for me. It is the Void Walker. See, you can basically use it to make portals and allow you to gain access to rooms and areas and things that frankly you couldn't get to before. You have seen, if you've been watching my videos, you will see that there was a couple of these we passed before. There's the achievement, Into the Void Walker. And basically, a lot of these challenges within the tower, they are very simply you have to find kind of how to get to ledges, and how to get from one place to another. And you'll see here, you know, it's still giving you the bits and pieces. That obviously there are. Here it tells you about the charging. Basically, if you hold the button down, and when you come out of that portal, it will be charged. So you see, you do the wrong one, and then you charge it. Boom, and you see it's got a bigger aura around it to let you know. Now obviously the bigger aura, the charging portals, get you to higher places or get you across the room further. Now these are the bosses that hold the electricity / soul power. And each one is slightly different. The room, the room is slightly different, but realistically the bosses fight exactly the same. So I am only keeping one of those boss fights in this video, which is this one. Yep, I touched you never touch the flail because it hurts a hell of a lot. To be honest, the first one is relatively simple. I was just making a bit of a hash of it here. The second one was the hardest because with the second one, you have to let him smash the floor in order to clear a grating away from these pads. Otherwise you cannot actually use your power. As you can see, like with most of the bosses here, they have different modes. He doesn't actually change what he does. You hit him once, you kind of jump on top. Oh, yeah, see, that was stupid then again. You hit him up the top there, and then he kind of powers down, and then you can smash the middle, and you got to do that 3 times. The third one's actually the easiest because these orange pads for the Void Walker are actually on the walls, and they're already at quite a high height, so you don't have to worry about trying to jump up high enough to get him. And just a little trick for those that are actually playing this game, on the second one of these fights, you only need 1 pad uncovered. I discovered that you can put both portals on each pad. On 1 pad. You just put one on one side, one on the other, and they both fit. So you don't need 2 pads really, you just need the one. And then it's finished, you break him up. All of his souls go in and charge it, and you get yourself a little electricity beam. Now, you just take that beam and you direct it using the Void Walker back to the starting location. This is the 3 parts of the tower. You have to do this 3 times. Each one is slightly more tougher and slightly more complex than the previous one. But that is essentially this entire tower. You see, when you get back, sometimes it goes straight to the head, sometimes you have to direct it to it, but you know what, it's the same 3 times. And now another cutscene. Get ready for the story.
Horseman, I never imagined that you would be my salvation. Hurry now, before Straga learns of your coming.
When I found you, you said the 7th seal was not broken. I've heard those words before. Abaddon said the same, right before he died.
and then all this stuff happens, and it unlocks a new little path that's slightly higher, and there's the next door. And then when you go through that one and you do the same thing, unlocks the next one. You'll see that in a minute, because I'm going to cut most of this out. You see here, you just wait for it to line itself up, and you've redirected. There you go, second one done. It does very much come... Oh, hold on, cutting.
Is sick, horseman. The Charred Council refuses to admit it, but those of us who look, we see. We had to do something. An open attack on the Dark Kingdom would violate the treaty. What you're proposing is madness.
Azrael, evil darkens every corner of creation. And heaven waits. The Council ties our hands.
To question them is to question the Creator. Do you believe you know better?
Yes, old friend. I do. When the seals are broken, Hell will send its chosen to declare battle rights. Their leaders will be gathered in one place, and there we will sever the head of the beast. The Hellguard stands ready.
Breaking the seals will trigger the End War. The Kingdom of Man is not yet strong enough. Earth will be destroyed.
No, there will be no war, Azrael. We will crush the Dark Ones before it's even begun.
The Pact is a sacred covenant. Even in victory, we will face the wrath of the Council.
They will arrive to find the seals intact. And it will be our word, Heaven's word, against that of the Prince of Lies. Now do you see?
The seals will be reforged. All will believe that Hell's legions invaded and were delivered to justice by our hand. For the glory of the light, will you do this?
No, Azrael. You old fool.
We broke all but one. Abaddon ordered the final seal not be harmed. He protected it himself.
Are you certain?
Without question. We dared not involve the Horsemen. We never dreamed we would have to, until it was too late.
Yet I am to pay the price for your betrayal.
Treason! War. You will root out all involved and make them pay. Starting with this one.
No.
Fool! You deny the will of the Council?
You heard the Angel's confession. My service to the Council is ended.
We made you. We own you. You're not done until you find the Destroyer and shut him down. Balance, remember? Get up. Azrael lives until he stops being useful. After that, you will do your duty.
And there we go, there we have it, that was the story. So the angels decided to break all but one of the seals so that the demons would gather in one place and they could just wipe them all out. But as it was, the council... But as it was, I turned up, which threw them off, and they failed. So we do our third one. Again, the boss to unlock the third one is easy, but to get there it's very difficult. Kind of the boss rooms are hard as hell. They really are. You may notice as well that my sword has turned yellow now. That is an add-on that I found in this tower that you must find. It is so important for the cleanup at the end of this game.
Looks like you finally outlived your usefulness, Azrael.
And how do you propose to leave the tower once Straga has been dealt with? Straga and the tower are one. Even if you manage to defeat him, you'll be trapped without me.
We need him.
Pray the horseman doesn't make it back alive.
He then opens the floor and we get to go down to fight Straga. The Straga battle actually isn't that tough. I'm going to speed the whole thing up again because the battles, they're not tough, but they're quite long. And like I've said before about this whole thing, see, I turned my sword back to blue because that's the strongest upgrade that I've got. And I need the fight, I think, here.
You are stronger than Straga, remember it. But here, you face Straga with no hope of victory or escape. Straga is the mightiest of the destroyers.
See that? Oh, look at that circle on his hammer. Can you see that?
Your master chose poorly.
No, look at the back, look at the back, look at the back. Big hint, big hint, big hint. Right, so basically you've got to shoot that and then jump through it when it is on his back. Then you just attack him until he recoils. Boom, that's part one. You do that 3 times and he dies. But each time you got to get ready for different attacks. So we will have a monster room, a bit of a monster room, a couple of monsters attack. He will punch every now and then, so you've got to try and dodge that. But it seems to follow you a bit, so it's not the easiest thing to dodge. But there you saw I was quite far back and he didn't reach me, so stick near the back and that's fine. Now, when he hits the ceiling, he does that, and he'll do it twice. As long as you're in the portals, then it's not a problem. Second time, the hardest thing by far is aim for me anyway, because I'm terrible at that. The quick aiming is getting the portal back onto his hammer. That is hard as hell for me because he doesn't hold it there for long enough. And I did miss a couple of times. See, I've got to go down. Sometimes if you leave it too long before you go in, you can get hit. Or if you go in straight away, there's the third one. And again, as long as you hit him enough when he's down like this for him to recoil, then it's really not a difficult battle. There's the achievement. And yeah, it's very much there now. There's one more thing to do, and then I just have to clean up, collecting everything that I've missed, and then fight the destroyer.
As I said, Straga and the tower are one. Now let's see how useful I can be.
It's all collapsing around us. Now, I don't know, but it felt very much like I missed a bit here.
He came to me after his death. Abaddon, alive, and I wanted so much to believe. I was such a fool.
Azrael, you saw Abaddon after he fell.
Saw him? I brought him here to Eden.
What treachery is this, Azrael? Eden doesn't exist. Not anymore.
Ignorant sprite. I bore witness as the first ones were cast out and the garden fell to ruin. I could not let heaven's first gift and greatest weapon simply rot, or worse, fall to darkness. I hid it away.
The Tree of Knowledge. Then Abaddon has been to the tree.
You must draw upon its gifts now. If some way exists to stop the Destroyer, the tree will show it to you. I never dared use it myself. Perhaps if I had, things would have been different.
And Abaddon, what of his gift?
That was not for me to know. Each who comes before the tree receives a different gift. Some receive nothing. Others are driven mad by visions, or simply destroyed. No, I cannot say for certain. Come.
We get a new life. And I turn it back to yellow so I can see what's around. And we get another cutscene immediately. I told you there was a lot of story in this. This is where we get the final item as well. Enjoy.
There's no way across.
There is, for those who are worthy.
Or those who can fly.
Horsemen, you have fought against the darkness so long that it has marked you. Creatures of the light will sense it, as I have. In this place, you are worse than a demon. Conquer the shadow, then you may pass. Are you ready to face yourself in the light? Not all are prepared for what they see.
The Mask of Shadows.
Yes. You will see into the Shadow Realm for as long as you wear the mask. Fight well.
Now, there's the achievement for getting it, and the moment I put the mask on, I have to fight myself. Now, this is also quite a tough fight, I'm gonna say. It's not the easiest fight in the world. But this is the last one because it allows me to see things that I couldn't see before. Essentially, this battle is to expel the darkness. And the good thing, in a way, is you should already know what moves are going to be used because they're your moves. They're the ones that you've had all along. You just need to fight him. At one point, he will turn to this chaos form. So you've got to be a bit careful of that. But again, you know, this helps to kind of just take him down a little bit. You got to keep dodging is what it's mostly involved. And then I turn on my fire skin. Now, the one thing I will say that I've discovered, especially since I've started my extreme difficulty playthrough, my apocalyptic, that fire skin is an amazing ability that just, it so helps when you put it on. Because as soon as you get surrounded by enemies, they all get hurt by the fire. It's definitely worth something putting a lot of investment into. And yeah, I take a bunch of hits, but I knew that there was a green chest that I'd left just where I appeared in here, so I know I can take a bunch of hits. And again, you just have to keep wailing, basically. I've got my move as well now, so let's just turn that on. Now you keep fighting. Two chaos forms. Bang. You defeated your dark side. Oh, look at that.
Heaven's first gift awaits you. I will remain here with the Watcher.
I'm not letting the horseman out of my sight. Where he goes, I go.
Indeed. Go then, Darkling. Make for the tree. You will never reach the other side.
Hurry up. And don't forget who holds the leash.
So thank you for watching. Because I play this game in chunks and then I kind of cut it up into more manageable bits, I don't always have my kind of achievement list at the end, as you may have noticed the last couple of these. At this point, I only have a few left. So that is my next video is the final cleanup and the final boss. So look out for that this week. It is the last one for Darksiders 1. Please like and subscribe. Please take a look at some of my other videos, and I will see you again next time.